Hi, welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Hannah Helverson.
And I'm Adam Lang.
So this week, it's William Allen White's 150th birthday celebration. Or birth year celebration, I should say.
We've been celebrating all year.
Yeah, all year.
So there have been a lot of festivities going on. We had a photographer last night at the Lead Center, Pete Souza, who he was the White House photographer for Obama.
I heard it was packed. Right?
I did too. There was like I live in Ellsworth, and you could just see people.
Oh yeah.
It's a sea of people.
Sea of them. I bet the parking lot was so full.
It was.
It always kind of is too, so I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
With all the people there. Also today in Stauffer Flint for the J School students, there is free hot dogs. So, and that starts at 11:30. So I have class till 12:15, and that's gonna be my lunch.
I'm probably just gonna stay down there and eat a hot dog the whole day, honestly, as long as it goes.
Literally stay there. I'm gonna stay there till my next class, then I'll see you there. So finals are coming up. We only have like 1 week left of school, not even a full week because stop day is on Friday.
Yeah.
So
we'll be partying then. So.
Yeah, partying on Friday. So do you have any finals that you're worried about that are coming up or anything?
I don't have any actual final exams. Like,
lucky.
I just have projects to do. I have like a J302 brief about a brand I have to do. I have to do an interview and transcribe it.
Okay.
Then I have to make an infographic. And that's really it. That's all I have to do.
Gosh. And that's all due like before finals week then. So technically you can leave to like go home a whole week early.
I could leave Sunday.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. See, I have one final and that's on Tuesday, but the rest are just papers and projects. I also have the 302 brief.
Oh yeah.
So, also, what about for J210 for Cal's class?
Yeah.
Did you start your project yet?
I haven't started recording it yet, but I know what I'm doing. It's a for those who don't know, it's a PSA that we have to do, a public service announcement, and I'm just doing mine on like exploring Lawrence. So I'm literally just biking around Lawrence in a GoPro camera, and then putting it all into like a video.
Are you using the new KU bikes?
Oh, I'm just using my own bike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever used the new KU bikes yet?
I
see them everywhere, but I haven't tried them yet.
Don't you have to download like an app or something?
Yeah, I think it's called like VO Ride. I don't even know if it costs money or anything like that, but I just see them on campus. Yeah. But oh my gosh, for Cal's class, do you jewel? No. Okay, well, for my PSA, I'm doing like a jewel. That's, if anyone doesn't know, it's like basically, like a e-cig type. But there's like little pods that go in there, and those pods is about like a pack of cigarettes, I think. And so I just want to make a PSA basically saying that people might think it's better for you, but I think the only advantage is the non-secondhand smoke. So I'm so excited to make this because everywhere, like if you go to the bars, my roommates, like people jewel right here in the library. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, they're just like, they think they're like so sneaky.
Yeah, and they'll like go under their shirt and like try to jewel. So I don't really get the hype, but that's what my PSA is going to be about, and I'm so excited to do it because I'm kind of interested in what's the hype about it.
Yeah, it's just kind of stupid, but that sounds like a good PSA,
So anything else you want to talk about? I don't really think there's much more besides finals to worry about coming up, and we don't really have any.
I'm just excited to finish out the year strong and come back next year as not a freshman.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be a big bad sophomore.
Big bad sophomore.
Not the baby on campus.
Oh,
that's awesome.
That's me.
So, what's next that we have for the Good Morning Show is a graduate from KU, and
Garrett
Farlow. Garrett Farlow will be here next. So stay in tune.
Hi everyone, welcome back. My name's Natalie and we're here with our first guest of the morning, Garrett Farlow. Hi Garrett, how's it going?
Good.
Good. So you're a graduating senior, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So what did you study in your time here at KU?
I studied journalism, political science, and Russian.
Oh, that's a lot. Was that a lot to manage?
It was. I was able to kind of focus on one at a time for a little bit, but it worked out. It was great.
Good time management skills?
Yeah.
Got it.
I'd like to think so.
Yes, exactly. What do you plan on doing once you graduate in May?
I'm either going to Russia to pursue a Fulbright fellowship, or I'll be going to flight school in Fort Rucker, Alabama.
Awesome. What made you want to do flying? I don't even know if I said that right.
Ever since I was a kid, I've always been fascinated with going up in the air, and we brought in Blackhawks and Chinooks for some field training with the ROTC program, and so got to go up close and ride in the aircraft, and I had a blast. And then ever since then, I've thought about, hey, this would be cool, and I pursued it and was able to get a slot.
Cool. So you study Russian, right?
Yes.
How has that been, learning the language? Did you start in college or did you start before?
I did. I started in college. I pursued French when I was in high school for 2 years, and then kind of fell off of it, and then wanted to challenge myself to learn something different and out of the ordinary, and that's how I found Russian.
Right. Is it a totally different language, or like different characters and everything, or?
Yeah, it's totally different. They use the Cyrillic alphabet, so a lot of it will be generally recognizable for English speakers, but then you also have, I think it's about 7 or 8 extra characters that are completely different.
Cool. Do you mind telling me your favorite memory being at KU so far?
Okay. So
It's kind of a hard question.
been reminiscing, been at KU for 5 years, and I
Okay.
think one moment that really stood out, my freshman year, I was on the men's club crew for rowing, and we went to the head of the Hooch in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And we had just gotten done with, I think it was like a 6K head race, which is when you're on a river.
Right.
And the last 100 meters, we were coming through, and everybody knows the last 100 meters of a race, you have to speed up, you got to go
Right.
crazy,
Gotta win.
finish strong.
Yeah.
And just hearing the rock chalk chant from our teammates that were on the bank of the river
that's awesome.
was probably, like, gave me goosebumps, got me pumped up. That's probably my favorite memory for sure, being
Cool.
thousands of miles, well, not thousands, being 1,000 miles away
Right.
in Tennessee.
So are you going to miss KU?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning, and we will be back with Jamie and the news.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm Jamie Link, and this is your Thursday Good Morning KU Newsbreak. The NFL Draft begins tonight at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, and the Cleveland Browns are on the clock. After months of speculation, today is the day we'll all find out which college starts are going where. The Browns currently own both the first and fourth overall picks, so fans in Cleveland will be glued to their television screens tonight. The draft begins at 7 p.m. Teachers in Arizona are expected to walk out this morning in support of increased school funding and higher salaries. School districts across the state have canceled classes today in response to the hashtag #RedForEd movement. Teachers in Kentucky, West Virginia, and Oklahoma have staged similar demonstrations earlier this year. Former President George H.W. Bush remains hospitalized in Houston, although he has been taken out of intensive care. Shortly after his wife's funeral, Bush was hospitalized for an infection that has spread into his blood. He is expected to remain in the hospital for several more days. 72-year-old Joseph James D'Angelo has been identified as a Golden State Killer. D'Angelo is believed to have committed 12 murders and 50 rapes across California from 1976 to 1986. D'Angelo was arrested after authorities matched discarded DNA evidence. The baseball team dropped another game Tuesday night at Hoagland Ballpark. After jumping out to a 2-1 lead over Wichita State, Jayhawk pitchers couldn't find the plate and issue 7 walks, enabling the Shockers to come back for a 14-5 win. KU is now 19-21 for the season and heads to Cincinnati this weekend for a 3-game series with the Bearcats.
The softball team's game with Omaha yesterday was canceled because of the rain. The Jayhawks will host Texas Tech this weekend and try to end a 10-game losing streak. KU is 25-21 overall, but 0-12 in the Big 12 Conference. The J School will be producing the television broadcast on Saturday and Sunday. And that will wrap it up for today's news update. After the break, we'll have another interview for you.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Hi, I'm Hannah Halverson, and I'm back with another interview today with graduating senior Travis Kelvin. Now, Travis, you started off working with shows like this, like Good Morning KU, right?
Yeah. Actually, for my freshman year and sophomore year, for about 2 straight years, 4 semesters, give or take, I was on a lot of shows on Mondays and Fridays. So I've spent a lot of time, not in this room in particular. This was back when it was still in the KU Student Union, but I mean, I still did a full semester in here. So I've been around this area a little bit.
Yeah, that's awesome. But now you work with Rock Chalk Video. Is that correct?
Yeah. I work at Rock Chalk Video, which, if you don't know what that is the video arm of Kansas Athletics. So that's what you see if you go to a football game. Anything you see on that big screen video board, that's all us. Anything in a basketball game that you see, that's all us. Anything that's on social media, that's another big part of what we do, is all those little highlight videos and everything that you see video-wise.
On like Instagram, the KU Hoops Instagram and stuff.
Most of that's us in our department. But that's a little bit of what we do, and I've had a ton of fun doing that. I started that actually my freshman year. Oh my gosh. I've been there for 3.5 years, and I've kind of It's been a blast working for them, and I've loved it.
I bet. So you were doing this and you were doing that. So your major is Stratcom, so that's what you're...
I actually am News and Info, yeah.
That's right.
So it's been a bit of a weird balance, because a lot of what I do at Rock Chalk Video is a little bit in between of news and information as well as Stratcom, because you have to play a whole bunch of marketing kind of principles and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of different things that I've been doing in my life that aren't necessarily what I do in classes or set show, like, this is what you're gonna do.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. So so you like go different places around like the country really for the sports. What was your favorite place you've been and why?
There's a couple different ones. Well, if you're gonna, from a temperature perspective, I loved going to Florida with softball. I've done that twice, once this year and last year. I went to Orlando in the middle of February, where it was snowing here.
Oh, wow.
And I was with the team down in nice 85-degree weather. I mean, I'm already kind of dark, but you know, I came back 3 shades darker with a little bit of a sunburn from going to Orlando, so that was a lot of fun.
That's
awesome.
But
I'd say my other favorite place to go was this year going to Kansas State with men's basketball.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, kind of beating up on the Wildcats on their home floor. That was a lot of fun.
That'd be so memorable. That is awesome. And so, what are your plans for after college? Do you have any yet, or just kind of?
That's kind of the question everybody hits you with as soon as you kind of get to this point in life. And I'd say 95% of the people say, I have no idea.
No idea.
I'm probably in that boat as well, because I'm kind of looking around at different universities to work with. What I want to do is work in athletic department to do a little bit of what I do already with Rock Chalk Video.
Okay.
And there's a whole bunch of jobs open in that field. And so I could, in a month from now, I could be in California, I could be in Florida, I could be in Michigan, or I could be here. Like, there's a whole,
I was gonna say, would you like to come back here and work with KU still, or you kind of want to change it up?
KU is my heart.
Yeah.
Let's say, I grew up near here. I grew up in Shawnee, just 30 minutes down the road.
Okay.
So I've been screaming KU basketball ever since I could walk. You know, Drew Gooden was my first words, apparently, according to my mom. It's a former KU player. So they've got my heart, and I would definitely love to work with them one day, professionally, I say.
Yeah.
But you know, that would be the dream job, but we'll have to see kind of where life takes me, because I could be almost anywhere.
Yeah. Now, what is your favorite sport to work with for Rock Chalk Video? Probably basketball.
Probably basketball, but the thing is, what's crazy about it, I've loved men's basketball and everything like that, but I've gotten to work with so many other sports and see so many different people and just atmospheres of stadiums and stuff like that, that I've really taken a liking to a whole bunch of other things. Like softball, I never have thought I would ever go to a softball game in my life. And then here I am at KU, and I'm like, wow, softball is so much fun to go to, all like the atmosphere and all that. I've really taken a liking to softball. KU's softball team's always been fairly decent, and I think another sport that's track and volleyball, definitely, actually. I almost forgot volleyball. That's probably because they've been a lot of fun, and the horse is a blast to be in if you're, especially when we're winning. Wow, it was a lot of fun.
Was it last year they went to like
2 years ago they went to the Final Four. That was a crazy ride. I actually wasn't working with volleyball yet, but I was still with them, so I got to do a little bit with them.
Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. I love watching all those videos on Instagram. They kind of just like get you hyped up for
That's what we
sports.
hope. That's what we want to do.
So that is, I can see the marketing side of it through that too. So that's awesome. And anything else you'd like to add to the interview about future, like what you're gonna miss here besides Rock Chalk video and everything?
It's like you're trying to make me tear up.
I know.
Well, I've definitely loved the University of Kansas ever since I came here. It was my only choice. You know, both my parents were K-Staters.
Oh, really?
And so yeah, I
were they against you coming here? Or?
No. So they could tell from an early age that Kansas State was never gonna make it. But I've loved it here, and I'm really just thankful for the opportunities I've gotten to have ever since I came here.
That's awesome, and this is going to make you sad too, but this is probably one of your last times being on a show like this right now.
It is. I wasn't even planning on it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, just me either. And then they came in there like, we got another interview, and I was like, let's do it. So, well, thank you so much for letting me interview you.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next with the weather.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Hi, welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Jade Steffensmeyer with your weather forecast for today. But first, we're going to go outside to Shane. Shane, how is the weather looking out there?
Right now, I think it's in the low 50s right now, so it's a little chilly if you're wearing shorts and t-shirt. But I've seen a lot of people just wearing some light jackets and some shorts ready for later today when it warms up. It's going to be beautiful.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great to hear. So would you say that spring is finally here?
Yes, and that rain that we got yesterday definitely helping that out. The trees are starting to really bloom. The grass is really starting to turn green. I've seen several people out mowing early this morning. So, yeah, I'd say spring is definitely here. No more old man winter.
That's awesome. That's so great to hear. Well, we're going to bring it back inside for right now. Thank you so much, Shane. I love the view behind you. So for our weather forecast for today, it's going to be 68 degrees with increasing clouds, with some winds from the west-northwest at 8 miles per hour. Looking at our hourly temperatures for today, so as I said, it's going to get increasingly cloudy throughout the day, and it's going to stay pretty nice today. It's going to be high 50s and stay in the 60s, and then reach a high this late afternoon at 67 degrees. And also, I don't know how many people know this, but Kansas is actually in a drought right now. And so southwest Kansas is getting hit the hardest. Obviously, as you can see with the red, the dark red, and this has been happening for a few years now. It's been building up. And this actually is pretty impactful because there's a lot of agriculture in southwest Kansas. So it's just kind of good to know. And it's also like moving a little more northeast. So I thought it was a good thing to keep an eye on. But better news, tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be super sunny, super nice, a little bit warmer than today, with some light winds from the west-northwest. And then lastly for today, our extended forecast. So the next few days are going to be really nice, between the low 60s, high 60s, low 70s. And then we're going to hit a high of 80 on Monday, which is going to be super warm. And then beginning of next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, we might see some storms actually. That's all we have for you today on Good Morning KU. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.